All right, getting set to work on my stop motion animation example. And what I've done is gathered up a few things, and I just wanted to show you what I'm going to be working with or what I've initially collect. I may completely change it partway through and just grab other random things from the kitchen because that's where I'm animating from. I think. I don't know where I'm going to set up my camera. Well, we'll see. I'll figure it out. I've got these two little drawing reference things that I'd picked up. Super overpriced for what they were, especially. They have great levels of articulation. I'm trying to open them up, but I'll open it up later. But the problem is they're tiny. They're itty bitty. I was expecting something much bigger. So that was the letdown. But I think they're going to work great for this. I also have polymer clay. Okay, which if you've got Play-Doh or something like that to work with, same basic idea. Dog toy that the dogs have not gotten to play with yet. Another dog toy that the dogs have not gotten to play with yet. So that is what I'm going to be working with. I also think I'm going to drop some flour out on the counter and make it kind of like they're going through sand or something like that. But depends really on how big of a mess I plan on cleaning up after. Settled on this as my scene. What I did is I took a yoga mat and draped it over something so that it creates a backdrop there. And I was actually kind of thinking of putting something into the background here, like either taking a piece of paper and just drawing like a mountain scene or something on that, and working from a low camera angle like this. For my actual stop motion animation, I've got the flour down on the ground, and this is going to be an absolute disaster and a mess to clean up, I'm sure. And I regretted it almost immediately, but I was already committed. So I would definitely recommend to be prepared to clean up a mess if you're going to try something like that. Beyond that, I think I'm just about ready to get started. I'm only going to be working with these two characters to keep it nice and simple. Last video for my setup here, and what I've got is I've got the iPad set up. So I'm using a tablet for this one. If you're setting up with a cell phone or a camera, it's just a matter of making sure you've got a stable platform. I have it set up on a ladder that has a little step on it. I should have probably thought about that ahead of time. I would suggest do that on your part. make sure you plan out where you're going to put your camera, because I kind of had to improvise. I also use the pieces of polymer clay to create little feet for the camera, or for the iPad here, so that it doesn't move around. It doesn't want to slide. I've got my scene set up. Okay, yes, you can see the little arm that is going to be holding that character up, but whatever, I'm not so worried about that one. All right, so there you go, there's my setup, and now on to working my animation. Now remember, what I'm going to do is snap a frame, it's going to go to the next one and the next one and onward. Typically using my phone to animate what's on my tablet screen is not cool, not the way it should be done. But I'm not sure how to do a screencast for my tablet. So missing knowledge on my part, but I wanted to make sure to show this because I did run into a problem trying to figure out, okay, what do I do with the film afterwards? Go back out to my main screen. So when I go back out to my main screen, I choose select. I click the movie that I want to export, and then the button up there gives me the option to export movie, animated GIF, all images, flipbook, or project. I'm going to export the movie. Okay, and then it's just a matter of sending it off. And in this case, I'm probably going to save the video, or I'm going to upload it to my Google Drive. So I choose Google Drive, and there we go. All right, so it comes up there. I select my user. That means I have to log myself in, and then you'll just upload it and save it to a file that way. All right, so update here. Now, my setup, I'm leaving it similar to where I left it in the last video, but now I'm doing it with the Chromebook. Now, here's an immediate issue with the Chromebook, is if you take a look here, I'm capturing a lot more of the scene and the area around it than I was with the iPad. So that's a little bit of a problem. I've got to move it in closer, which all this flour on the table, I don't really want to put the Chromebook on top of all this flour because I don't know what that's going to do as far as the fans and all that. So not going to do it, going to have to shoot it from a little bit further out, and then it's just a matter of making sure my hand's out of the way when I click capture. All right, give it a try. Yes, I should not have used all that flour.